Now the thoughts are in the mind, and mind is, nature is to think, right? So mind will always continuously think. So some thoughts, if a lot of thoughts come up in our, actually they say it's like 60,000 thoughts come up in a day in our mind. Now all of them do not get registered. Why? Because some thoughts come up and then they move on, and we do not pay attention to those. So the thoughts that we do not pay attention to do not get registered in our mind. Registered meaning that it will not have any impact. They will move on. Also, it will not get stored in our intellect.
Yeah, I think it depends on the gravity of what we're talking about. Like, like if a person did something really bad to you, it's kind of hard for you to forgive them. I mean, just like that. Again, depending on the gravity.
Yes. So the main thing is you have to understand is that whichever thought we, first of all, if we are not paying any attention to a thought, it's gone. It's irrelevant, as you said. But if you are paying attention to that thought, any thought, then that thought will start registering in the mind. But initially it will be like you thought about it once, maybe twice, it's fine. And then you can also analyze it, whether it's worth keeping this thought or whether I should just get rid of it. It's not important thought, let me just get rid of it. So it will move on. But in case it's something that seems very important to you, and you start thinking about it again and again and again. Now this is the way we store in our mind. This is the way thought gets registered and stored in the intellect body. And once it gets stored in the intellect body, then it can come up when you are just sitting, when your mind is idle, it can come up to disturb you or to haunt you, or even to give you the information. So that thought will come up only those thoughts which are in your intellect body become your kind of your karma, or they are the ones which will guide you in the future, you could say, or those are the thoughts which are your intelligence, become kind of an intelligence. Like you are reading something and you like the statement, now you read it 10 times, it is getting registered. So now it's in your mind and you can take guidance from that thought. So if you try to recall it, it will come up immediately and it will help you to solve the whatever the situation is at that point of time. So that's how we can use those thoughts to help us, to guide us, and this is how the intellect, they get registered in the intellect body. So this is how the intellect body gives information to our mind, the conscious mind, because intellect body is nothing but subconscious mind. So in your subconscious mind, it's registered now, it's in there, sitting there, and whenever you need it, you can recall it and use it in your conscious mind to give guidance to the conscious mind and to make a decision.
Those thoughts of the intellect, they're thoughts of understanding,
yes,
are they not? And so, even if something's really grave, some of real gravity, you can still at least attempt to understand it. I mean, understanding, intellectually at least, I think.
So, as I always say, the thoughts have to be analyzed from these 3 points of view. The truth, whether it's really true that whatever we are thinking, or is it our imagination. Second point is whether it's useful thought. Is it of any usefulness to you? Then you keep it in the mind. Otherwise, let it go. And third one is again, is kind thought. So if it's any thought which is hurting you, which is making you sad, which is making you stressed, why would you want to keep it? So that's where the cleansing process comes in. And that's why you have to do that cleansing practice that I showed you just now, to do it and get rid of those thoughts. Now you understand these thoughts eventually, if you, when they are in the intellect body, and if you keep using them again and again out of your intellect body also, when you keep thinking of that again and again and using it for dealing in the situations, they also become your beliefs. That's how you create a belief. Okay? So you create a belief, and then once that belief is created, and you are now thinking again and again of that belief, again and again, continuously, or even at the more you believe something, the more it is going to manifest it for you in your life, negative or positive. So what are we doing? We are giving energy to that thought by thinking about it again and again. So when we give energy to the something, it's like putting fuel in the car. So when you give a lot of fuel to something, it is going to move faster. So it will manifest for you in physical form in your life. So if you are, for example, if you're thinking, oh, I hope I don't get cancer, and then you keep thinking about it, eventually it will become a belief that you could get a cancer, and then now you're thinking about it, oh, I'm going to get a cancer. So from I hope, it became I could, and now I am going to get it. So this is now, it has turned into your belief. And once you turn it into your belief, then what happens? Now it's bothering you, it's coming up again and again, and it's creating fear and anxiety and all those negative emotions coming up in your mind because of that one thought, which is not even true, but it is there, sitting in there, and it's creating that fear and those ugly emotions in your body, and those vibrations which are creating stress in the physical organs. So what is happening? Eventually, we are giving a lot of, once it becomes belief, and then now we are thinking about it again and again, it will manifest in your body as a cancer. That is how we create diseases in our body.
And the other way around too.
And the other way around too. If it's something positive, I'm going to win a lottery. You keep thinking and we start believing in it and keep playing it, and you will eventually, whether if it's $10 or $100 or $1 million, that depends on the universe. But you will get something out of it.
I wasn't thinking in monetary terms. I was thinking very analogous to like the antithesis of cancer. Like you become healthier. You become healthier in mind and body.
So that's a very good. This is called spiritual healing. Yes. So when we start thinking, if you do have a disease, and you start believing, thinking about it, that I can defeat this disease and I can cure myself, and I will get better. So and you start thinking about it, and eventually it will become your belief that you can definitely overcome this disease, and you will see that you will overcome it.
Or you may not get a disease at all if you're healthy.
If you don't have it, then of course it will not come in. But if you already have it, this is how you can cure yourself. Okay? So basically the power of thoughts is very, very, very strong, and it can manifest for you if you make it into a belief system. So please do not.
Having negative thoughts, constantly going on in your head, it's not healthy.
It's not healthy, but if it is happening, you cannot control it. So that's where the mindfulness comes in, and that's where you have to start watching your thoughts and see whatever is not necessary and garbage thoughts, remove them, and what is good for you, you keep them. And if you want to manifest something positive for yourself, then of course this is the way to do it. You believe something, create a belief first in that thought that you want to manifest, and then after that fuel it with your energy, with your thought, thinking about it again and again. Give fuel, and don't say that it's going to happen in the future. Think that I want to manifest it right now, so it's going to happen right away, as soon as the universe wants it, and you will see it. It will happen very soon in your life. Yes, Linda, you will say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say before that, I mean, I could, there was nothing negative coming up for me when we did this time. I was just thinking about my song. I wanted to sing that song. But, I don't want to go sing that song. Anyway, but I was saying when I, had like negative or angry thoughts about, it does affect me physically, and I can feel my heart racing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My heart's racing.
Yeah.
My blood pressure goes up.
So that's good. Now you're starting to notice what's going on in your body. So that's how you're creating a disease in your body, because now you have all your organs are now jumping all over, and your vibrations and have creating all negative vibrations and all palpitations and everything, creating stress in all the organs. All the organs in your body are supposed to be vibrating at a certain frequency. If the frequency gets disturbed, either higher or lower, they can create a disease. And by our own thoughts, we are doing that disturbance. In our thoughts are the ones that create the disturbance in our organs. And that's how we create a disease
Because I
in the body.
intend to live to be at least 100.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
So whatever you want to, that's how you do it. So the positive thoughts
And
or
healthy,
the
not
negative
just-
thoughts, that's how so that is why it's very important to forgive and forget. That is the reason you want to forgive, because you don't want to keep any negativity in your mind which can create a disease in your body. Okay? So you are creating that suffering for yourself by holding on to negativity. So forgive, let it go, release yourself and the other person from the bondage, and release the cause for the disease in your body. Mental stress also created by the same way. So you have to release it. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Comment?